What's going on, everyone? My name is Todd with the Dividend Stock King, back with another video. Today I'm talking about retirement accounts, and before I begin, I am not a financial advisor, so please take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. This is my personal opinion. I've been seeing a lot of videos on retirement, on people not having enough in retirement, people who have too much in retirement and they're relying on that. People who don't have no retirement, people who were started late in retirement, people who don't know nothing about retirement, people only have a 401k, and by the average age, you still have enough Social Security to be cut or won't be existent in 20, 30 years, yada, yada, yada. You hear all this stuff about retirement. And it is warranted to be aware of retirement. We all gonna get old someday, and we all don't want to work until our late 60s and 70s. So we should be investing now while we're younger and can work. Now, I did a video in the past about the three-legged stool. This is an old school term they used back in the day when they had pensions. People back then had three-legged stools. They would have a pension, a 401k, and outside investments that they did themselves, real estate or stocks. So back in the day, there was a big thing called a three-legged stool. Well, a three-legged stool is still here today because we also need other streams of income in retirement. And a lot of people, and I said in the past as well, that if you have a brokerage account and a Roth IRA, you're doing better than most people, because most people work their full-time jobs and just have a 401k. That's it. They don't have a brokerage or a Roth IRA, and for you to have both is great. So I'm telling you what I'm doing for retirement, right? What you see now is my brokerage account. I'm buying weekly ETFs, and this is my Roth account. Now the Roth is small, no doubt about it. It's small, but it will continue to grow, right? It's all dividend. And some people say, you got a Roth IRA and a brokerage account, all of it is in the 401k, all of it's in the stock market, right? So if someone crashes or go down, you take a loss, which is true. But number one, my Roth is 100% different from my 401k. My 401k is all growth, and my Roth is all income. Every ETF I own pays a dividend. So that's what I want. I want dividends. I want passive income. I want the income to come in and grow and compound over time. So my Roth and my 401k are two different things, number one. Number two, a brokerage or a 401k and a Roth are easy to set up. They're easy to set up. Anyone can do it. You put in $10, $20 to a Roth IRA while you're a young person, or a brokerage account, and you can start compounding your shares and dividends. So that's easy to get into versus getting into real estate. Now I'll tell you what I'm doing for retirement. Now, if you're married, you have a benefit because your spouse also has these accounts. So I have personally a brokerage account, a Roth IRA, and a 401k, right? 3 accounts. My wife has a brokerage account, a Roth IRA, and a 401k. So together, that's 6 accounts, right? So let's talk about me for a minute, because she has the same accounts I have. For me, we have either a Roth IRA, a brokerage, and a 401k. What we're also doing with that is we are paying down our home every week. We're paying down our home every week, right? So that's what we're doing actively today. We're paying down our home, and we've been doing it since COVID, and we're gonna probably be done here within the next 12 months to a year. So in retirement, we'll have a Roth IRA, a 401k, a brokerage account, and a house that's paid off. The house that's paid off, we have options. We either live in it, right? We can live in it mortgage free, which is way better, in the long term, because now you're paying a mortgage. Or B, we can rent it out for another income stream, right? that's not tied to the stock market, right? It's not tied to the stock market. It's real estate related, and it's passive income. So now we pretty much have 4 things going for us in retirement, not just 1 or 2 for most people. We have a house that's paid off in full. So we have options. So now you see where once the house paid off, and then once the house paid off now, while we're younger, we can put more into the brokerage and the Roth IRA, right? So you see where my mindset is to make sure we have enough assets, and then who knows, we might have the house paid off, we'll live in it for a while, we might go get another property, right? Get another property, stay as once paid off, get another property. Now we got 2 properties, one with a mortgage, one with not a mortgage, and we'll hold that for retirement. That's not stock market related. So my mindset is acquiring assets. So you see where we're good on retirement for the most part. I mean, the worst thing I could do is sell the house that's paid off. I mean, I'd rather just rent it out or live in it mortgage free. But here's some of my tips for some people to help in with retirement. Because retirement, a lot of people don't know about our Roth IRAs. All you have is 401k, and that's it. Number 1, if you have a house right now and start making principal payments today. Start paying it down today. Because number 1, you owe less. And number 2, if you have PMI on your mortgage, you take that off faster as the private mortgage insurance. It may be $60, it may be $70, but you're paying into that. So, and once paid down to a certain amount, I like below 70%, what you owe, you take it all off your loan, right? So, that will save you the money. And then, but paying down your mortgage right now, if you have a home, would be smart, because you might turn around and, you know what, we'll stay in this house and add on. Adding on is cheaper than getting a whole new house at a higher interest rate. So if you have a home right now, start paying it down. $25 a week, $10 a week, $100 a month. And if you're married, with a spouse, they both can contribute. So you're doing $100 and they're doing $100. That's $200, right? Because my wife and I are doing that now, and I'll guarantee you, once you start doing it, you'll regret not doing it sooner. You're like, man, I could have been way less and just did $25, $50 a month. That's how I feel about it now. We started in 2020. I've been here 6 years now. I've been here 15. So the first 9 years, if I would have threw like $50 to it a month or whatever, $10 a week, we would owe way less today. In fact, we probably owed practically almost nothing. So yeah, that's cool too. Number 2, start you a Roth IRA. This is my personal. Start you a Roth IRA. Start you a Roth IRA today, right? Start you a Roth IRA. The good thing about a Roth IRA is the money you put in, you could take out tax-free, I believe. And if you're a dividend investor like me and with weekly and monthly funds, you'll compound almost every day. Every day I get a dividend in my Roth IRA. Every day I get paid every single day. So you fund your Roth IRA as a secondary retirement account with your 401k, and start you a brokerage. Start you a typical brokerage where you pay tax on the money, of course, but you have another account where you can draw money from. Is another account, and with a Roth IRA, you go 50-50. You go 50% growth, 50% income. But with the brokerage account, I want all income. So it's just start today. Now you have 2 accounts for retirement. You're paying down the home. If you don't have a home, an apartment, save up for your home. Save up for your home today, because that's better. Pay off any bad debt you have. Pay off bad debt, any debt you have. The sooner you pay off that debt, you free up that cash that could be invested. As for me, I'm paying down my credit card. Once it's paid off, I have additional monies to invest, right? So these are small tips you can do to prepare yourself for retirement, right? But investing starts today. The best thing you do today, the number one thing I ever recommend, is starting that Roth IRA, starting that brokerage account. Because the first dollar you put in that account will start to compound over time. If you want a retirement account, you can have one at Robinhood. I'll leave a link below. But that's it for my video. I'll see you next time.